Hey, I don't know what I'm doing. It's a Thursday night. It's 10 o'clock. It's past my bedtime. Hey, everybody. Dad Man Walking 55 coming to you live. And see, like we got our border of the Italian flag. Welcome in tonight. We got a special late night edition. We got our great friends coming on with us in just a minute. Hopefully, this turns out really fun, and who knows how long it could go. It I've told our guests that it has to be a 6 hour glorious finale, and I know they can because they're troopers, literal troopers. But let me go ahead and bring in my lovely wife, Mrs. Dadman Walking first. Hello, Mrs. I am
Hello,
having
how are
issues hitting the buttons
you?
tonight. I'm having big issues hitting the buttons tonight. So, but how are you tonight?
Okay, I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great. Great to have you with us tonight. And are you looking forward to this? I know I am.
This seems very, very interesting. Yes.
Yep. Okay. Well, speaking of interesting, I'm sorry we're a little bit late because my guest came in fashionably late, like she always does. My
Liar,
adopted
liar, pants on fire.
stop. No, no, don't
No,
mock me. Don't.
don't you be a liar.
I'm not a liar. I only tell the truth. You know. My daddy always had to saying, call me truthful Lucifer. Ask me no questions, I tell you no lies. So
But nobody
yeah,
asked you a question. You just told a lie.
don't make me mute you, my love. But hey, thank you for being here. Folks, you know this lady, you love her, I think, but she's great. She's attached to me like a sister that I can't get rid of these days, and she's clung to me very tightly. And her great hubby is with us tonight. We get honored by him and his presence tonight and his great multitasking ability. What, folks, go ahead and let's give a nice warm welcome to the great Sam Wolf and Sergeant Dad. Hello, folks.
Hey! So when the missus jumped in with the liar, the Princess Bride, the I'm not a witch, I'm your wife, that whole thing popped into my head, the whole Mad Max thing. So,
Oh my gosh. And you cut off Sergeant Dad. Sergeant
Nah.
Dad, hello.
Hi, what's up?
It sounds like he's trapped in the back of the basement and stuff. Like, hey,
That's because he's
I'm in the basement, and sadly, that is where I will stay.
no. It's because I couldn't get the dual mic set up to work, so we're sharing one mic, and he's not close to the mic because he's chosen not to be close to the mic.
I'm close enough.
Okay, except for when he grabs it from me. Anyway,
sounds
now you're
like
not
one of your small
close.
children grabbing the mic.
I know. And then he's banging it into things. I'm sorry, y'all. If the audio is a little special, it's his fault. I blame you.
Hey, anyway, how have you guys been doing recently? I know y'all had a lot of adventures, and how's it getting back to the kids and all that? How's life treating y'all?
Oh, it's been crazy but good. I will admit we did have to do a slight technology and sugar detox after we reclaimed the children from the grandparents. But
That's what
this
grandparents' jobs do. Grandparents, yes. I'm
dude,
sure baby
I
cuteness
finally
was way
found out
off
how many Oreos those kids ate.
I bet
My
baby
dad
cuteness was
bought them like every flavor of Oreo.
Oh, no, I got a new flavor. This is so not Italian, but the group BTS has a Oreo cookie out, and it's
Oh
like a
no.
brown sugar. It's like a brown sugar pancake, like a treat that they have in South Korea. Oh my gosh,
Oh
they're so
wow.
good.
Okay,
They're
well,
real.
I try not to buy Oreos, but that sounds like a very tempting thing.
I bought 4 packages. I'm going to put them in the freezer.
We have a unwritten rule in our house that if I ever see anything butterbeer flavored, I have to buy it for the kids.
Mm.
So that is one of my things. I will buy them. But typically, we don't do a ton of sweets. Well, except for
I don't
in
either,
the
but I
pictures,
had to
you'll see
get
we made
those.
an exception for Italy, though, too.
We had to when you go that go ahead, Sergeant Dad. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Yes, the gelato. We have stories about gelato.
What's the thing with gelato? Is it really ice cream, or is it like an ice, or is it different?
It's ice
So
cream.
it's
ice cream.
ice cream, but it's got a higher fat content, so it's a lot creamier. And the way it's produced, it's got smaller ice crystals, and it's smoother. So the difference. However, gelato is just the Italian word for ice cream. So they also have sorbets that they call gelato, and but they actually there's a different word for the sorbet, but for tourists they just call it gelato. And at one point I was like, wait, you've got two different lemons, what's the difference? And they're like, oh, one is the custard based, ice cream one, and the other is the sorbet. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Right. Mrs., do you like the sorbets or the gelatos, or do you care between the two of them?
I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't. I don't know.
So they had some sorbets that were so creamy. I could not believe there wasn't dairy in it. Like they were really good. But then in southern Italy, especially in Sicily, they've got something they call granitas. And that's kind of like Hawaiian ice almost. It's like Italian ice. So
I like ices.
yeah, those were delicious. But unlike the ones we get in America where they've got those like syrups, the artificial syrups on them, oh my gosh, it just had the straight up juice and sugar. Like it was like there was nothing artificial about it.
Wow. That sounds wonderful. And what's not artificial is our wonderful chat out here. Let's go ahead and say hi to them. We're on Twitch and YouTube tonight. Follow us on the Twitch side, and also hit that like, subscribe here on the YouTube side. We got Fallout Dave. Dave, how are you doing tonight?
Hey.
And we got Woof. Nice. Woof.
Sorry.
We got tomorrow night's guest at 7 p.m. Alaska Man Jeff, where we're gonna bark and talk about Darth Maul and many other Star Wars things. So join us for that part 2. It won't be the conclusion. I'm sure we will go at more episodes. And Buddy Hepburn, great to see you, buddy. And as Buddy said, hit that like, subscribe, and share out the stream. We would really appreciate that very much. So, Father Dave says hello to you, Mrs. And
hello.
And then he says also hi to Sam and Sergeant Dad and Rohit. Rohit, good to see you tonight. How are you doing? Hopefully, thanks for being here tonight. Glad to have you with us. I don't know that I recognize your name, but hey, everybody's welcome here. We're going to have fun. We're going to hear about their adventures to Italy. Now, okay, we can start anywhere and we can go anywhere y'all want to go. I know you have pictures set up, but what was, if you don't mind sharing, how much you're comfortable with, but what was the purpose of this trip and how long did you go for it?
So I'm Italian, and if anybody who's listening to your show and is listening to me didn't figure that out already, I'm sorry.
Right, because I always tell Sam.
So shy about that.
I always say Olive Garden. When you're here, we're family.
I don't think I can ever eat at Olive Garden again.
But I will go ahead. You take the floor. Go ahead.
But so my family is Italian, but not only am I Italian, I'm really big into family history, and I do stuff with military family history. I help military veterans and all them out. So that's just something. But I have been working on my family history for a long time. My mother and my grandmother, we've been researching stuff. The problem is my family are from these teeny tiny half of my Italian family are from these teeny tiny little islands. Most people don't even know exist. They're called the Aeolian Islands. And no, I did not say Aeoli. It's Aeolian. It's not alien, but what my kids are like alien islands. No, they're these teeny little islands north of Sicily to the west of the main boot of Italy. And they're volcanic islands and they're very remote. And there is nothing on the internet about these hardly. It is super hard to find any information, especially family history wise about these islands. I've got family from Catania. That's a little easier to research. But to me, I grew up with all these stories. I grew up with all of these stories and these things. So I've always wanted to get back to Italy. I was supposed to go with my mom. The goal was we were going to go to Italy and backpack through Italy when I graduated college. And then my mom got married, which I'm so happy. I love my stepdad. He's fabulous. But she's like, yeah, I'm not going to go backpacking with you. If I go to Italy, I'm going with my husband now. I'm like, yeah, okay. I got sidelined. All right. I get that. And then I married Sergeant Dad and I'm like, great, I'll just go with him. Well, for 15 years, the Army has gotten in the way of that. And they
Right.
tried to get in the way again.
Oh
So we've
boy,
been planning
that'll
this
push
for
you.
15 years and saving the whole time. And then like a week or two before we were supposed to leave, his CEO, his commander was like, "Oh yeah, no, we need you to defer." He's like, "Dude, I've already paid everything." He didn't tell them like, well, yeah, he told them, he's like, basically, I've already paid for everything. My wife's been waiting for this for 15 years. You can tell her. And they're like, never mind, you can go. Like the Army tried to pull the rug out from underneath us at the last minute again. Well, it didn't work this time. So
Yes.
we finally got out there, but a couple years ago, I met this really cool Army family, this couple, and we're all really tight, the four of us. Like all of us are four friends together. I don't know, like how many, like you guys, Mrs. and Dad Man, but when you can find a couple that like you both click with, like you both are friends with like both of the couple and you all get along, like that's a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
And she's Italian. And her husband's my other honorary brother.
Yeah.
And anyway, we started talking about this years ago because she took a family history trip with her brother back to the little town in Italy that their family was from. And I was like, okay, we've got to do this together. And they've lived in Europe before, so we traveled with them because they were more comfortable with all of that. But basically, I 80% of this, I was the travel agent and I've never been to Italy. So I made some mistakes, but I got some things right too.
Oh, I remember you shared some of those adventures with me and some of the frustrations with trying to deal with different currencies, different. I remember some of the process.
Yes. And I was trying to just figure some different things out. But thankfully, there's a lot of resources online. And my stepdad, who I call my dad, is a prolific, like absolutely, all around like traveling. Like he's traveled so much. What do you call those? The millennial man or whatever. Like my stepdad, if there's something he can't do, I'm surprised. But he was giving me all like Rick Steves guides to Europe and all of these different tips and pointers. He even like let me borrow his travel backpack. And I love my dad. He is just the coolest, most supportive person. And I'm really grateful for him. But anyway, Sergeant Dad, it was just like, I'm along for the ride. I kept asking him, like, what do you want to do? He's like, I want to eat food. And I'm like, fine. Is there anything you want to see? Like, we kept asking the husbands, like, what do you want to see?
And I told her what I wanted to see. It was very, very simple. I wanted to see an air-conditioned bus back to the airport. Very comfortable, of course.
He's a pain in the butt. He acts like he was... Okay, the best thing about my husband is he's super supportive. He acts like a pain in the butt, like he was being forced to do this.
Oh, gosh.
But honestly, at one point, I got a cold and I wasn't feeling really good. And he's like, no, we're going to keep going because I know you can.
Yep.
And you'll be really sad if you just miss out on things and are sick in the Airbnb.
Exactly.
So he pushed me to keep going and to do some of the things I had really looked forward to doing, even though I was feeling a little miserable. And I'm so grateful for that. So
I know. Yeah. Different things. By the way, Small Time Republic, good to see you small time tonight. And Mr. Angel from the other side of the pond, is really early morning for you, Mr. Angel. Good to see you today. I hope you are able to stay with us as we're talking about their trip to Italy. Well, Sergeant Dad, so, we heard a lot from Sam about the planning and the process and the near collapse. What were you thinking about the whole time leading up to this? I mean, I know you're busy. You got all these different commitments, and I know a lot of times husbands defer to their wives for all the logistics. But I mean, what was your thought going into all this leading up to the trip?
Well, I'll tell you the part I can say. The part I can't say is apparently a slightly not the PC thing to say. So I'll say the good parts about it. Basically,
hey JT, go ahead.
Basically, my thoughts were, okay, well, we're going to go on a trip. I've been to Europe before briefly. I've been to the Middle East before. I've been around, but I never spent a lot of time in Italy. So obviously the first thing I do is, okay, got to look at planning for the worst and planning for how to take care of ourselves in that case. Obviously, that's my job. So that was what I spent a lot of time looking into. And it wasn't too bad. The other side of things was I was looking at food options, and she kept saying, you really should work on your Italian before we go. And I was like, nah, I'll be good. I'll be all right. I have Google Translate. I downloaded Italian and a few other languages. Oh, and I also have, various AI tools. Oh, and I made sure all of the internet and all that stuff was going to work when we landed. So it did. So there we go.
Well, I hope you have better luck with Google Translate, because our friend Anna is Russian. I've sent some things back in Russian, and all of a sudden I get this laughter back because apparently with Google Translate, what I said made me feminine.
Well, a lot of times with Google Translate is that they don't do the grammar correctly.
Yeah.
So it's very, very awkward. That's why if you ever see any most Asian shows with Google Translate, you look at them and you're like, what? It makes no sense. But when you realize how they do their grammar and you go, oh, okay, it makes sense now.
Well, the other thing was, because both Sam and I are fluent in Spanish, when we landed, we're just like, okay, this sounds just like Spanish. There is obviously differences, but there was so much that I understood. And then I would pull up Google Translate and look up words here and there, and it was pretty solid on those. If it was sentences, occasionally would make a mistake, but I'm good enough with Spanish that I just was able to figure out, okay, that's wrong, that's right. And then, the best part was, so ChatGPT is actually quite a bit better than Google Translate at this, because they actually put in context and such to it. Mm-hmm. And so I would use that as my other translation when it was written communication, and it was a lot better at that. So just a tip on that.
Well, and then going back into so people think of Italian and a lot of people think of a foreign language and they think of it as one big thing. But here in America, the US, you go to different parts of the US, we have different vocabulary for different things. We've got different slang. We've got different phrases we use. Like, bless your heart in the South does not mean the same thing it means in other places. But
I was telling that to our friend Daisy Blossom, because she's British, and she said,
and it
over
depends
there it's
on
a certain thing.
It does depend on the inflection in the South.
Exactly.
Because you can say, bless your heart, and that means you're a freaking idiot. You can say, bless your heart. If you say it means bless your heart, it doesn't mean anything bad.
Exactly.
So you got to get those little
nuances
in there. Yes.
And so what we found out is that by and large, a lot of Italians understand Spanish better than English. If they don't speak, if they don't speak English, that Italian is going to be easier for them. And then Spanish is going to be easier for them. And then the other thing is I've been studying Italian. My problem is my family's Sicilian, and Sicilian is completely different. And I never learned Sicilian. My mom, love my mom. She thought she'd have forever to learn it because she grew up in a Sicilian community and never took the time, and then ended up raising us where there were no other Sicilians. So it didn't work out. And so I didn't have a chance. So I was really worried about getting down to the South with the Sicilian. Mm-hmm. And we hit the islands first. And islanders speak so much slower. At least in Italy, the islanders on Capri and Salina all spoke slower. So even though they were speaking Sicilian, I actually understood them just fine, and they understood me just fine when I was speaking my Spanish Italian. But we got to the point by the end, Sergeant Dad and I, where we could order gelato in Italian straight up. We had
That's the most important thing, though, is it not?
I know. I could ask for a table, menus. I could get the check. I had certain vocabulary down, and that was helpful. We had one poor waiter on Salina, the island my family is from. He could not have been more than 22. He was super young. And I really think he was more like 17, but I'm just not sure. He didn't speak a lick of English or Spanish, and he could not understand us to save his life. And every time we asked him something, he would just get this pained look like, I don't understand you, and then run and get someone else.
Oh, that's great.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was just this poor kid, but by and large, people could understand us. But
Yeah.
honestly, we tease the boys, my friend and her husband, we tease the boys that the whole reason why they came is as our bodyguards. But the great thing about traveling with 2 Army boys is you do feel safe because they're really good about watching the sight lines and keeping track of things and stuff. But then the other thing that they did really well was just making sure they would keep track of just different things like, okay, where our passports, where our stuff. Our other friend, her husband, made sure we knew where all the embassies were, everywhere we were going. We were set up for safety travel alerts. We informed the State Department what our itinerary was, all that. Like we took care of all of that security.
Okay. Why was that something that a normal traveler should do? Like
Yes.
allowed? Why is that?
Because if there is an emergency, for example, let's say October 7th in Israel, I actually know people who were there when it happened. And if you have informed the State Department of your travel itinerary, then the State Department is obligated to immediately contact you and help you figure out how to get out of the country. And and to make sure that you're secured and safe. If you do not inform the State Department, then they are not liable for anything that happens to you if a security event or a terrorist or whatever war happens.
Right.
And sometimes we travel in these places, especially Europe, and we think, oh, we're fine, we're great, whatever. But there have been the bombings in Belgium, the terrorist attack in Paris. There are instances where Americans do get caught up in these things. And if the State Department is aware of your travel itinerary, then they can try to get a hold of you. And if they can't contact you, they can contact a loved one, which you're supposed to add as your thing in the States, and just say, hey, this is what's going on. And so if they do get a hold of you and for some reason you can't contact your family, they can work as a go-between to be like, hey, yes, they were there. They're safe. We're getting them out of the country. This is how we're doing it. And they can help arrange that for you.
That's interesting. I never have ever thought about that. I've thought about alerting the credit card companies when I go to different parts of the country, but our oldest kid was supposed to go to Colombia in 2020. I would have never thought that's something.
Well,
Of course, that was with a school group. It was a school group, but I never thought about doing something like that. That's
well, we're
interesting to
also
think about.
military, so we're used to different military level of procedures. When he leaves the country, he needs to inform them where he's going, why he's going. There's certain no-go places that he can't go to, and if he can't go there, I'm not going there. And so that's just there. We're very aware of all the travel state advisory things because of all of the military-ness.
Yeah.
And that's something that oftentimes people forget. And do it, don't do it. You can have your own opinions, but that's something we do.
It makes sense. I mean, I tell you, it's one more thing to protect yourself in case stuff does happen, and you never know what's going to happen.
No, you don't.
Anytime. So
and
I do want to. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you go.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to say we'll go ahead and get started on some of the pictures in just a second. But we talked about the planning with the travel and all this stuff, and I can't wait to ask Sgt Dad about driving in through Italy. But how was it? How was it prepping the family for such a long? What is it? Y'all were gone 2 weeks.
We were gone for 2 weeks. Our kids were with family for 3 weeks. I'm OCD.
Right.
That's going to be a shock to anybody who's ever heard me.
Oh, really?
And because we're military, we have traveled a lot with children and we've road tripped a lot with kids. And so I have a system and that I recommend to anybody who travels with children, especially little children. I get Ziploc bags. I write the kid's name and then a day on it. And in each Ziploc bag, I have a full kit of clothing. It's got a top, a bottom, underwear, socks, the whole shebang.
Wait, for 2 weeks?
For the littles,
Yeah.
I did 2 weeks. For the olders, I did 10 days, and then they had to wash their clothes and refill their bags. When they're little, I do it the whole
Yeah.
time. And the
Okay,
reason I
that's
started,
interesting.
the reason I
Mrs.,
started
what do you
doing
think about that? Do you like that idea?
I did that with the kids when they were younger.
I thought you did. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
The
Oh,
reason I did this was
Yeah.
because as moms on vacation,
Mhm.
it's not vacation. It's just being a mom somewhere else.
right.
When I started doing this, I could then very easily go to my husband and be like, "Hey, I'm going to make breakfast. Go put the kids in day 3 clothes." And he could do that because he now all of a sudden knew what I needed him to do, and it was clear and well defined.
Right.
And so I could ask other people to help me get, because we had 3 kids 3.5 years apart. And when
Oh,
they're
wow.
little,
Yeah.
that was oh so fun.
Yes.
Um,
Oh,
and
I bet it
so,
was. Yeah.
but then now when we were gone, that meant that my dad didn't have to worry about, okay, what am I supposed to put the toddler in? He could just grab a bag and knew that it had everything he needed.
hmm
And so that system is amazing. And so that's what I use for the kids.
hmm
For us, I did something slightly different. So literally the night before we left, I saw it's an explanation of how I packed. It's called the Sudoku method. You
Okay.
have 3 bottoms, 3 tops, and then 3 layers. And any of them can match with anything else. So you end up with someone wear like 27 different outfits with 9 articles of clothing.
It's like interchangeable granimals. But hey, Wade, good to
Mhm.
see you tonight. How are you doing, Wade? So, all right.
And
Well,
so we
and so
also,
y'all, I'm sorry, go ahead.
so we didn't pack a lot of clothes because we wanted to keep that lower so we could, I'm a souvenir person. I like
Right.
souvenirs. But we did that so we could keep the luggage light. We had all carry-on luggage. We didn't have any packed, like, I don't like trusting people with my luggage. I have trust issues. I'm
Yeah.
OCD.
Well, didn't
Um,
you do that, Mrs. With when someone Art had they flew and you helped them set it up where it was all carry on, right?
mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. So,
Well, and
If you can. If you can. Sometimes you can't, but
yeah,
if you can, that's good.
exactly.
and
Yeah, because
then
I was wondering how you're going to pack all this stuff and you go and do laundry and all this overseas. But
well,
yeah, go ahead.
so we
Sorry.
stayed in Airbnbs, and we made sure that we had an Airbnb strategically at different points of the trip where we could wash all of our clothes. And then we also, I'm not above hand washing clothes. I'm not old school. I know how to hand wash my clothing. So we brought clothes that would dry quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some times where we would hand dry and then line dry things. So we would
Mhm.
hand wash them at night, hang them up, and by the next evening they were dry.
Hmm. Interesting. And that's before the heat wave that just hit Europe, right?
Yeah.
Man,
But
'cause, yeah,
honestly, they say heat wave, but we're from Phoenix, Arizona.
yeah.
That ain't nothing. Like
Well,
the
for
biggest,
us, but we're acclimated to it. But a lot of the people that I know over there, they're dying because they're not used to that. And the houses contain all the heat. We at least have AC and other things, though. But
well,
I,
but the thing is, some of the places we stayed didn't have AC either.
yeah,
The difference is, as Americans, or at least me, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm weird.
well, we
I'm
know
really,
that, but yeah,
because of my background with costume design and stuff, I'm really attentive to what materials my clothing are made of.
right.
And also in Arizona, okay, Philip, you tell them this. Every kid in Arizona in elementary school is taught this very crucial lesson about what to do in excessive heat with no AC, especially when you're sleeping. And Sergeant Dad used that in one of our places that didn't have AC. You tell
Wow.
them. You tell them what you did in Mexico. Thing that we're all taught as Arizona kids.
Okay, this is pretty straightforward. So, if the AC is busted and it's very, very hot, or if you don't have a swamp cooler, which I grew up with one of those, by the way, best idea is this: put on some light clothes, preferably full cotton or something to that effect, and get a fan if you can, point it at your bed, and then go hop in the shower with all your clothes on, and then go lay down in your bed. Don't dry off, just go lay down. You'll be dry probably, depending on how hot it is, in about 45 minutes anyways. But hey, you'll have slept very well for 45 minutes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it was so hot. We were in Ciudad Juarez, just next to El Paso, and we were out there. We didn't have AC or anything for a little while, not even a window mounted AC. Instead, we had a half working fan. And so my friend and I, we did that all night. Every 45 minutes, one of us would wake up drenched in sweat, go stand in the shower, cold of water as you could get. But it was like 90 degrees, 95 degrees in our bed. Ugh.
Oh, wow. Hey,
Yeah,
greetings,
so-
Sashi. Greetings, Sashi. Yeah. I mean, I don't envy people like that. We went, but I understand too what you're saying, Sam, because it's like even over here in the States. Miss and I went to Kentucky. We stopped at a battlefield in Kentucky once, and it said that it was a heat warning, and we got out and we're like, where's the heat? But
Yeah.
I think it's also depending on what you're used to with what you're used to and things like that. But I'm glad y'all had enough weather that where y'all were able to have a good trip with it. So
Yeah.
why don't we go ahead and start looking at some of the pictures in the order, and I'll let you turn it over to you, and then we can hit some more of these other topics and other things that come to mind as you want to. But are you ready to start showing pictures?
Yeah, we're good.
You ready for me
No,
to
and
bring
the
it
other
up?
thing I want to say is, as much as we've got heat down here, dude, Sashi's right. Asia has got it. Like, you don't go up against like anyone in the jungles. Like
No.
Asian jungles, like don't mess with those.
No.
It's
That's
like
a
the whole.
different
It's
ballgame.
kind of like the whole spicy thing. Their heat thing and their spicy thing is on a whole different level.
Yes, exactly.
By the way, I do have a question because you said that you
Ooh.
you traveled with a couple. Was this the guy that you thought of me as your brother because he pointed out the restaurant named Fuke?
Yes, that's our buddy. He
By the way,
and
that was spelled Fuk, and we called it Fuke. And then Sam's shaking her head when she sent me that one. I love it. I love the sense of humor. What?
I did not put in half of the pictures that they wanted me to because he thought they were funny. They
I
were
love this guy.
along the
I love
lines
this
of
guy
that.
already, and I'm sure Sergeant Dad was right there with him, weren't you,
Oh,
Sergeant Dad?
Well, the thing is, he first started looking for them because he's got a coworker that's their sense of humor. They send each other dumb pictures like that all the time.
Gosh, I love that. I love that. Dude, Sergeant
And,
Dad, you gotta send me those things then.
and so then we started looking. We're like, oh, hey, your coworker would want to see that. So you take a picture. And then he took that one. I'm like, no, there was one. I'm like, oh my gosh, Dad man would think that was funny.
Yep.
And he's like, the guy you keep taking the food pictures so we can show him. I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, then send him one. So I sent you that one. And there was another one. It says, F word, the diet. And it was in a gelato store.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I forgot about that one.
It
But
was
yes.
great. So this is gelato in Venice. And I'm going to just say this right now. Don't eat cannolis in Venice, but get gelato in Venice because the gelato was probably the best in Venice.
Oh, really? Wow.
But in this gelato shop, this one wasn't the best one in Venice, but it was still good. They actually will make your gelato look like a rose and then they put a macaron on top. And we just thought that looked so pretty. We did not start off the trip taking a lot of food pictures. And then I sent the one to you of Verona pizza. And that just spiraled. And then by the end, we were taking pictures of nearly everything we ate to show you guys.
See, folks, that's what happens when you hang around Dad, man. It all rubs off on you. I'm a fever. I'm a contagion in a good way.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to get this to go to the next. How do I get this to go to the next picture?
I don't. You should.
Where's your mouse?
Did you open them as photos? You should point to the right side of the screen, and it should arrow right.
The screen, yeah, they should show you a little arrow.
Well, we'll try.
Unless you open them all as individual pictures, then.
No, I have it as a slideshow. I had it as a whole file. Here, let me try that again. Okay. Oh, haha. I know where we are. I got it.
Yeah. One thing you also said while we were doing this, you talked about not getting the
There you go.
cannolis, and you said not get the cannolis in Venice, right?
Never
Why
get a
is that?
cannoli in
What
Venice.
happened with that?
Oh,
You
it
were
was
starting to-
scarring. I am scarred for life.
What is the cream? Was the
Don't
cream
worry, we
bad?
had to tease her about it the entire time we were there. It was
Well-
glorious. But
Oh,
to be fair to her, it was rather mushy when you got it. It wasn't that
Mhm.
nice crispy, and the flavor of the filling was kind of like
Oh, it was off.
it was
fully
so
fill-
wrong.
okay. They didn't. First of
Okay.
all, they have multiple different types of cannolis. But cannolis are Sicilian, and there are different types of Sicilian cannolis. And so I asked for the Sicilian cannoli, which is supposed to have fruit and stuff in it, but nuts also. It didn't have the nuts. They didn't fully fill it. The pastry was super thick. Cannoli pastry, once you bake it, should be crispy. It was not. It was soft and mushy because they had filled it. If you're in Italy or you go into any bakery and you see cannolis already pre-filled, don't buy them. They're not going to be as good. You want the ones where you just see the shell and then they fill it in front of you. So these were pre-filled. So that should have been my first warning. The second thing was the oil. They had fried them wrong and they were super oily. And the oil, it almost tasted burnt. And then it was not fully filled. And then it was extra thick. They had not rolled it thin enough. And so it was just bad. It was just bad. But not as bad as this.
Oh yes, folks.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I wanted to be brave.
Let me ask you, Sgt Dad, real quick. This restaurant, I mean, it was Sam on an adventure this night, or what? Or what were y'all trying to do? Were y'all trying to be adventuresome too, as y'all picked out food along the way?
So for some reason, so she insisted we had to go to this restaurant, and I don't blame her. It was highly recommended. And to be fair to her, the food, at least my food, was great. Tasted fantastic. What you see there in that picture closer on that bowl, that's mine. And she had the nice black ink squidding pasta stuff, which I tried it. It had cuttlefish in it. It was okay at best to me. But I'm sure that a native probably would like it because they're like, well, I eat this all the time. It's great. But for us, it was like, this is an odd flavor to us.
What was it?
Well, yeah, Sam will describe it. I wanted to say real quick before you go, Mr. Angel said thick cannoli crust heresy.
I know, right?
He loved the gelato and macaroon. Dreams come true. Yes.
How did they say that word?
That gelato with the macaroon. They actually had big, giant macaroons there. Giant, like basically the size of my fist. And I was just like, this is great. I want one. And then I thought about it for a minute. I don't need that. So I held myself back. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. But later I'm like, I wouldn't have minded that giant macaroon. Oh, it looked so good.
Okay, yes.
So
well, Mrs. Yeah, I know what's coming. And that's why I asked the question, Mrs. So I'll let you ask what this is. Sam, tell us all about this.
My thought process was, I'm not probably going to travel the full breadth of Italy ever again. This is an experience, and I actually do have dietary issues, as we will probably get to. I wanted to see how much I could eat of Italian food because I have a friend who's got other health issues similar to mine, and she said that when she went to Italy, she didn't have as many issues. She was able to eat a lot more than she thought. She is the friend who was with us, and she was able to eat a lot more than I was. But I wasn't going to let what normally I wouldn't order or wouldn't eat in America restrict me in Italy. And so we get off the plane. We're dead tired. We've been up for 20-something, like 28 hours. We've slept for maybe 2 hours on the floor that's all I ever saw of France. I got 2 hours of sleep on the airport floor in France. And then we went to get dinner, and I was like, I'm going to order the most Venetian dish ever. I've been told that this is classic. Like, this is the most Venetian thing to order. And it is normally the way I've seen it made in America, like on cooking shows. It is squid ink pasta. They make
I thought it
the
was squid ink
pasta. They make pasta with squid ink. That's how we make it in America. Nay.
Squid ink. Squid
That's
ink.
what I thought. That's what I thought it was. That's why I was curious.
No. In Venice, they take it a step further. The sauce for the pasta is also squid ink.
Interesting.
And then it was with cuttlefish.
No, cuttlefish. Isn't cuttlefish that's kind of slimy fish?
It is so bad. It is so bad. It was like eating rubber.
Yeah.
And this was well made. It was well made. And I know there are people that like this, but this was not. This is why I'm like, this was not my thing. Not my thing at all.
That is like an acquired taste.
Oh, look, Mr. Angel is a fan, though. Mr. Angel said squid. See, I was curious with this dish what Mr. Angel would think, because Mr. Angel is one of two people I said I would eat eggs if he made it. So, but he likes the squid ink pasta sauce. What did that taste like? Because you didn't like this.
It had a really metallic flavor, and the first couple bites I didn't mind, but maybe it was just the portion they gave me and the fact that I don't eat pasta regularly anymore because I can't. I did order pasta a couple times, but I really got to the point where I stopped ordering it because I can't eat that much before I have a stomach ache because of my health issues. And so I think it was the combination of I don't eat pasta very much, and it was very metallic, and the portion sizes were huge.
See, your size, your dish looks so much bigger than Sgt. Dad's, and Mr. Angel's saying that it's sweet Dad Man if it's made it right. And and JT said black ink makes sweet Burger King patty. But the sweet if made right. Do you try this, Sgt. Dad?
He did.
I did. Absolutely, I did.
What did you think?
Her meal was, it wasn't really my thing. I would say it was okay at best to me. Flavor wise, I don't even really truly remember it very well. It wasn't spicy. It wasn't really sweet to me. It was kind of bland, to be honest, is how I felt.
It felt kind of one note ish, and I just don't think it was the right dish for me. There are probably people who love it. This was one of the best recommended by locals, like local restaurants in Venice. And the food was good. Like Sgt. Dad got fresh made pasta with a bolognese sauce, and it was delicious.
Right.
So he ordered wisely. The rest of us were more adventurous. One of my friends ordered.
No, Sam, he ordered safely.
Yeah.
You were the adventurous one, and hey, if you're going to go to Italy, eat the local culture.
You were in Italy and wanted to try something.
No. Let me clarify the statement here, guys. So we were in Italy. I looked at the menu and I looked at her and I said, "So Sam, I want to get the spaghetti and meatballs that are on the menu here."
I'm like, "No, you're not allowed. That's for tourists."
And so I was like, "Okay, well, I've never had this." The food I had, let me clarify what I had there. It's basically, it's not spaghetti noodles. They're the larger noodles, but the rest of it, I forgot the exact flavor it was.
But it's like a hash. He said it almost tastes like hash.
Almost like corned beef hash. That's really what it tastes like to me. It wasn't bad. I actually was perfectly happy with it, but it wasn't.
It's a very Venetian dish as well, but I think he picked better than I did. One of my other friends.
She asked to have some of mine. She was so desperate.
I did. What did she get?
She got the same thing as Randy because
they got different.
They did, but they both had seafood.
They bought prawns. They got a bunch of prawns and stuff. Yeah. Okay, I had never tried. Basically shrimp heads, prawns, the heads, the full. Yep. And so I tried it. I'm like, also a thing I'm not sure is for me.
No, I don't. I doubt that. The first time I had fish with the eyeballs in, they fried it. Yeah, it was kind of weird.
I tried it.
Yeah.
So
real quick, Mr. Angel said the ink tastes quite sweet with indeed a metallic taste. He said the ink actually contains iron, so the metallic taste, and it's become a tourist trap. Sashi has a cuttlefish recipe from Malaysia. Okay,
Okay,
and then, of
maybe your
course,
cuttlefish will taste better.
yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that is. But Mr. Angel said, order pasta ragu, nothing else.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, ironically enough, I have a major iron deficiency, and that's why I ordered it. I'm like, maybe this will help with my iron deficiency. And you normally things that are high in iron, I end up really liking. Did
Right.
not like that.
No.
This, on the other hand, though, my friend is addicted and she cannot get enough of these.
Oh man, yeah.
Ooh.
What lemon soda? What is it? See, I've gotten into some of these other type of flavored water drinks that I've never had before because your friends tell you things. You try different things, and so is it carbonated? Like we
It is
think
carbonated, but it's
okay.
basically carbonated lemonade. It actually has lemon juice in it. And that is what Italy does well. Italy has this is probably, I don't know. But Italy has so much lemon that they don't do artificial lemon anything. Everything is lemon juice. Like there is lemon in because they just need to get rid of the lemons. And ironically enough, the lemons were brought over by the Spaniards and they're just everywhere now. They've just taken over the south of Italy. The lemon trees.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So is it
Are they about
like
the cactuses? Okay.
it's not
This
like
is so good. So
it's not lemonade, it's more like what, a lemon soda?
yeah, it's like it's carbonated. It's a carbonated lemon soda, but it's really, really good. So she
Okay.
couldn't get enough of these. She loved them. And this is what the first picture I sent you from Italy.
Mm.
I'm not sure what Mr. Angel's talking about,
Looks like a
limoncello, but hey.
Limoncello. Limoncello
Limoncello.
is a lemon alcohol.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, this is the one that you I'm sorry, Mrs. Go ahead.
It looks like a pizza shirt.
Well, that's because we'd eaten some pieces out of it. We got a giant pizza that had 3 different flavors, and then we'd eaten these 2, and we hadn't gotten to the egg yet. I'm like, wait, I gotta snap a picture of the pizza with egg on it to send to Dad.
I know
Man,
you
'cause,
did. I
I
remember
gotta
that.
harass him.
I
Of
know.
course, thank
It's
you.
such a beautiful pizza. I wish we could get a pizza like that. I like the brown edges. It really looks good except for the egg in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But
So this was in Verona. And oh my goodness, if you're planning a trip to Verona or to Italy, make sure you go to Verona. Verona was fabulous.
Mhm.
It was not as fast paced and touristy, and they're just not as high pressure and full of crowds. Verona was
well,
no, there were people, but it was a different pace, honey. And Verona, I swear the whole city smells like flowers.
oh, really?
The whole city smells like flowers, or at least when we were there. We were there end of spring, but the whole city smelled of flowers, and there was this beautiful giant river going through. They have their own Colosseum or arena, a Roman arena, and you can walk around it to your heart's content without tour guides pressuring you. And they've got a full medieval castle.
Oh, that's cool.
And like Verona is so underrated. Verona, I would recommend to anyone.
Interesting. Very interesting. Hey,
And parking
Stig
there was
Kenobi.
actually cheaper.
Yeah, parking there was cheaper than other places.
Oh,
You could walk everywhere.
yeah.
And this pizza was the best pizza except for Naples.
Except for the egg in it. I will still say that. But hey,
It was so good.
Stig Kenobi, great to see you tonight. Hello. He says, hi there, Dad Man Company. Hope you are well. We have Sam Wolf, military wife, and her husband, Sergeant Dad. And we're looking through their adventures through Italy. We've got 14 people. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you don't mind. And everybody, there are 2 gentlemen of Verona here. Tim, how are you doing? And JT's bringing my Verona.
Yeah.
Oh, see, Firenze, is that on the agenda at some point too?
Oh.
Florence? Yes, we did get to
Oh,
Florence.
okay. All right. So, and Sashi said down here you have to be specific when saying it smells like flowers. We have corpse flowers.
Okay, it smelled good. Because Venice smelled really like it felt very fishy. Venice smells very fishy. It's a great place. I enjoyed it. We got to Murano. We got to go see people handcraft glass jewelry and other things and meet local glass artisans in Murano, which is amazing. Venice was fabulous, but Verona smelled so much better. It just smelled better. And like, I didn't expect to see a medieval castle. I'm a nerd, massive nerd. You didn't all know that.
Yeah, and she's a trained broadswordsman on the stage,
yes.
right?
Trained with a broadsword. And I also shoot bow and arrow. So archery, throwing axes, swords. I've worn chainmail. I don't like medieval stuff at all. We decided to take a different route home than we had taken to our restaurant that we ate for dinner. And we turn around this corner, and because Sergeant Dad's like, hey, let's go around this way. He didn't really know, but he's like, let's explore a different part of the city. We go turn the corner, and boom, right in front of us is a full medieval castle with a moat and a drawbridge and a sally port and crenellations and guard towers, everything. And I'm like,
wow.
I was so excited. It was awesome.
The drawbridge still worked.
Oh, here's a tip also for people who are going to Italy. Yeah. For breakfast and lunch, get your food to go, and then go find somewhere pretty and sit down and eat. Don't eat in the restaurant. They charge you more.
Yeah.
So we would get sandwiches or pizza or different things, and we'd get it to go, and then we'd find a nice place to sit, and we'd sit and eat and just look at the scenery. And I mean, why not look at the scenery instead of sit in a restaurant? So
I think Mr. Angel agreed with you how Venice smells on a summer day. So
yeah. Okay. So this is Verona. Verona had really good pizza. Verona also, they had some good gelato too. We had a goal. We had to have gelato every day, and there was only one day we missed.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
We were on it. We were going to do a thorough study of gelato and find the best gelato in all of Italy. And it turned out it was Venice where we started. Wow. There was good gelato everywhere though. This was in Florence though. This is a chocolate waterfall in one of the dessert stores there. And they actually had chocolate waterfalls all over Florence. And I have no idea why they like chocolate waterfalls in Florence, but they do.
Nice.
And then
a lot better than at Golden Corral feed troughs we have in this country.
Yes. Well, okay. And so I did not take a lot of pictures of the food in Florence, and I wish I had. We got these really great sandwiches in Florence, but the best thing we had, and I'm going to actually go back to the waterfall while I talk about this, but Sergeant Dad discovered spaghetti alla carbonara. And the best spaghetti alla carbonara in all of Italy is in Florence. And it's at this little restaurant just down the street from the Duomo. And you can sit outside and see the Duomo while you eat. And the proportions are huge. We got a charcuterie board. That should have just been our whole dinner. Like, that thing was insane. And it was so good. But the spaghetti alla carbonara in Florence was fabulous. And then also the ravioli. The best ravioli I had in all of Italy was in Florence. So, I mean, if you're going to
Florence, it a cheese ravioli or was it a meat ravioli?
It was a cheese ravioli. It was 4 cheeses, and it was with spinach and pesto and some things like that. The way they make pesto in Florence is with pistachios very frequently. I'm allergic to pine nuts, so I had to be careful what pesto I was eating. So I carried around a cart, and so did my friend with our food allergies.
That was something my mom was in Italy with her allergies, and she said they were fantastic.
Oh, they are
accommodating.
Amazing.
It was amazing
with food allergies. They were so good with the food allergies. Italians really care about that. But yeah, so if you're going to Florence, oh my gosh, this store, I wish I had knew the name of it. You walk in there and they've got people every 5 minutes. Here, try this product. Here, sample this would you like a truffle? Would you like to try this local artisanal honey on this local handcrafted bread? I'm like, holy crap, we were not ready to eat that much more food. We had just finished eating. And so I was like, okay, we need to leave before I die. There's too much food and they're giving us free food. It was like if Sam's Club and Costco got elevated to a fancy level. It was really cool. They were trying to give us truffle honey to try. I'm like, okay, I'm good. We're good. But yeah.
Oh, that sounds good though. Mhm.
Yeah, I've got a friend from college who lives just outside of Pisa, and he goes to Florence very often. And then I had another friend who'd just been to Florence recently. So we'd been given really good food recommendations for Florence.
Mhm.
So if you are going to Florence, reach out to me. I have the best recommendations for the best food you'll ever have. Like if you want ravioli, I know where to get it. If you want spaghetti alla carbonara, I know where you should get it. If you want really good street sandwiches, I know where to get them. We got Florence mapped. But I
Wow.
think that's really what Florence did best was the pasta. Like they had really good ravioli, they have really good carbonara. And then we got to Rome, and Rome was really disappointing. And I'm going to tell you this ahead of time. I've
Okay.
been told the best restaurants you have to have reservations for in Rome, and we just didn't do that. And so I think we missed out. This right here. In Rome, there are 3 main pasta dishes: spaghetti alla carbonara,
Mhm.
cacio e pepe, and then this one that I could never pronounce right, and my waiter made fun of me for messing it
Yeah.
up.
Well, hey, you know what's the problem with that dish? I see there's too much plate. Why did they put
Way too
so much
much.
plate? I mean, it looks like a UFO. Mr. Angel could live in that. I mean,
This
it looks
I
like a old flying saucer.
I would not recommend this restaurant either. This restaurant in Rome was overpriced. Like they totally gouged us on our food on this one.
Wow.
Everywhere else, it was huge portions, reasonable prices. This was meh portions and astronomical prices. So we
Mm.
made a mistake on this one. And then the food was fine. It was not fabulous, but it wasn't terrible, but it was just fine. This dish was actually rather good, but again, I realized very quickly after this one I can't eat pasta like I used to. Ravioli was different because, you're not eating as much pasta. There's a lot of filling there.
Yeah.
So I steered clear largely of pasta after this. I went pasta light after this one, but this is the one I can't remember of the Roman pastas. This is cacio pepe, which it's similar to carbonara, but it doesn't have the guanciale or pancetta. And it's made with it's cooked with a raw egg sauce that the heat of the pasta water cooks. So
You
I'm
know,
just gonna try that.
I'll be honest, I probably could deal with that.
And that's what carbonara has too, but the thing
Yeah.
is you don't taste the egg. The
Right.
egg
And
is what makes the sauce creamy.
yeah, exactly. And that's probably something I could get behind and I could do. Just if it was chopped up egg and stuff like that, then no, I can't. But yeah, no, exactly. There's numerous things that have egg in it, and
Yeah.
like I said, oh gosh,
So
Sashi did agree with me, but he went with Mortal Kombat Kung Lao's hat.
yes.
Oh, and Mr. Angel is saying classic tourist trap tactic,
Mm-hmm.
and he says that if pasta is expensive in Italy, it's a trap.
Oh yeah. And that was the
It's a
thing.
drop.
We had one restaurant that we were about to sit down and eat at in Venice that we hadn't cleared ahead of time. And we got really good at clearing them ahead of time. I looked at the menu and I'm like, no, these are astronomical prices. No.
Mhm.
And we got up and walked away. And I felt guilty at the time, but after being subject to this ridiculousness in Rome, I wish we'd got up and walk away. I wish we'd walked away and we had not ordered, because they did the classic tourist trap trick. They charge you for the bread that you don't ask for. They charge you they charge you a cover charge, a seating charge, all sorts of these extra charges. A service charge, cover charge, restaurant fee, water charge, bread charge, and they will charge you for bread there and water there, but the water is normally 3 euros a glass. This
Wow.
place was 10 euros a glass,
Wow.
which we didn't yeah, they don't say. You just order the water and then they charge you later. Anyway, so in Rome, they tend to make the spaghetti alla carbonara, and this is what Sergeant Dad got. He became a full aficionado. He tried carbonara everywhere after this. And Rome normally has a really good carbonara. This was not very good. This is the way the noodle they normally use in Rome for carbonara.
Mhm.
Everywhere else, carbonara is made with spaghetti. So it's spaghetti alla carbonara. That's why you hear the difference. In Rome, it's carbonara, and everywhere else, it's spaghetti alla carbonara because they've changed the pasta. So,
Okay. That was nice though.
and then this is what my friend got. It was a ragu. It was a pasta ragu, and honestly,
Yep.
she was fine. It was pretty good. It just
Yeah,
wasn't.
Mr. Angel talked about pasta ragu earlier. This is
Yep.
something to get.
Pasta ragu
Oh,
is
those
great.
plates. Those plates are driving me crazy. I keep
I
thinking they're going to fly off the table as UFOs or something.
Oh, I know. And this restaurant was just insufferable, and I would never recommend it to anyone. It was not far from the Spanish Steps, but it was in the creepiest little side alley where I swear we felt like we were going to get mugged. We could not wait to get out of there.
Wow.
It was bad.
Oh, I bet.
This was Rome though, and in Rome,
Yes.
these pastries down at the bottom, which I'm going to zoom in here. These pastries are what they have for breakfast.
Oh, that looks good.
That is a classic Roman breakfast. It is this like sweet bun that they cut in half and then they fill with whipped cream, like heavy whipping cream that's sweetened, and then cover with powdered sugar. And it is so good. It is so good.
Really good.
And these were really delicious. I bought this one and it was really, really fabulous. I bought it for dessert though, because that's not breakfast to me. I'm totally American. That's not breakfast. I didn't buy their cannolis because they committed the cardinal sin of pre-filling them.
Oh, that's the cannoli up there. Okay. I like the look of them though.
They look beautiful. And then this is a tiramisu here.
Okay.
And then that's a panna cotta up there. And then I had one of these in later in Capri, and basically it's like this Italian creamed ice with the citrus that they then pack into the citrus.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good. It wasn't quite gelato. It was not with a custard base. It was with a whipping cream sort of thing. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not doing it justice, but it was very, very good. This was the one with the F the diet sign.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they were firm believers in that. They had really good gelato too. But that was Rome. This is the best place in Rome. If you are in Rome, this is just a local neighborhood bakery and deli, and like they make your sandwiches to order in front of you, and the people there are fabulous. We went there every day for lunch in Rome. This is the best spot in Rome, and I will share their information out everywhere with everyone. Everyone should go here. But like, look at just all of the pastries and the fresh bread. Everything is fresh baked every day. We tried several of their different cookies. We tried their different bread. This is where you order your sandwiches. So you get to like pick your meat and your cheese and your toppings, and they'll help you. So what I did was I was like, okay, I want this meat. What goes with that? And then he helped me put together. He's like, well, do you like this? Do you like that? And he helped me put together the perfect sandwich. This guy right here, you can see his back. He was the sweetest old man.
Because they take pride in their store and their food.
Do.
And they want to show it off the best way possible.
It was probably one of the best sandwiches I've had in my life, with some of the highest quality bread I've had in my life. And it was literally $6. With really expensive meat and nice cheese, and they do not put mayo on things. Oh, unless you buy a sandwich from Aldi's. We did buy some Aldi sandwiches, and I made a mistake. I got one that was mayo and olives. That was gross. But there were other good ones. But they don't really put a lot of mayo. So what they did was they put artichokes in oil and olive oil, and that was in place of what we would do with mayo. And it was really, really good. But yeah, so that was Rome. Sergeant Dad went to go take care of a kid, so he's wandered off. It's just me for a
Okay,
minute.
thanks for the update on him. Yeah,
This
wonder.
this is Roman gelato next to the Pantheon. I just took a picture because I wanted to get a picture of what good gelato looks like. If you're walking around in Italy and you want to know what good gelato is, it's going to have more natural colors. These brighter colors are because that's mango and that's strawberry. So they're made with fruit. But if you look at everything else is kind of beige. And that's because they don't add dyes. The ones that add dyes are not the high quality ones. And then they're in these metal tins. And you can just they look different. You can tell the good gelato versus the bad gelato just because it just looks different. Okay, this is where we get to Naples, and oh my gosh, here's what Naples did well. Naples wins on pizza, and that's such a cliche. It's such a cliche, but it's true. We went to the oldest pizzeria in the world, and it's in Naples. And this was Sergeant Dad's pizza. This was one of my friends. He got the Diavolo. I think that's the Diavolo. I'm not sure. And then this is one of my other friends. Oh, no, that's the Diavolo with artichokes. Yeah. And then this was mine. And it blew my mind. This is pesto with prosciutto crudo and burrata and roasted tomatoes and mozzarella, and then it's got this like crispy cheese and then Parmesan cheese, and it was just really, really good. Yeah, Naples has got the best pizza. Go to this place. It's awesome. You can look it up. It's easy to search. Just look up oldest pizzeria in the world in Naples and it'll pop up. It is in this weird little back alley with this like little bookstore. And here's the other thing I didn't know. Naples and most of Italy, pizza is a street food and they don't eat it like we do. So that when you sit down in a restaurant, they give you a whole pizza like this and you have to kind of cut it yourself. When you order it off the street, because this restaurant, you can do it both ways. They fold it in half and then in half again and then hand it to you. And you just eat it like that. I watched this young teenage couple walk up, order pizza. They folded their pizzas, handed it to them, and they walked off eating it like you would like a tortilla wrap or something. And I'm like, eating a quesadilla. I'm like,
is it regional or do they, we put tomato sauce on everything. Do they use a tomato sauce on their pizzas or do they not?
They do.
Or does it depend?
They do bianco, which is white pizza, green pizza, and red pizza. White pizza has got like a ricotta or a cream sauce. The green pizza is the pesto. And then the red pizza has got the marinara. So they do all three. They do the whole flag right there. I just noticed that. Red, white, and green. So it just depends on what pizza you're getting. This is the Tomas. And I learned I am really bad at ordering pizza because I would order ones and I didn't like them. So finally I got to the point where I would turn to the server and I'd be like, what's your best pizza? And they'd be like, that one. And I would get it. And it was good. So this one was really, really good. I liked it a lot. But if you look at the other ones, like that one's got a red sauce. This one's a red sauce. Okay. And then this is a white sauce. So we got all varieties on this.
What is that yellow?
These are bell peppers or peppercini. Sorry, bell peppers and peppercini.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yep, with Kalamata olives. It's mozzarella, peppercini, bell pepper, Kalamata olives, and basil. It was really good. We were also sharing. The rule was no one could order the same thing as anyone else so that we could all try more food.
Oh, absolutely. That's a good thing to do.
And every place we went, they'd roll their eyes. They're like, oh, Americans. I'm like, yep, Americans. I will take the tourist card sometimes.
Yeah.
So that was Naples. This is Capri. That lemon was almost as big as my friend's head. And so, Was this the other place in Rome? Okay, I don't know why that got thrown in there. Back to Rome. This was the other place we went to Rome. It was a little cute pizzeria near the first Jesuit church.
Mhm.
And it was so weird because like we turned the corner. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what our tour guide yesterday said was the first Jesuit church ever created. And I'm like, oh, there's our restaurant. It was just so weird to be eating pizza and look at the first Jesuit church ever created back in the early medieval ages. And I'm like, yeah, we're in Rome. Or we would turn the corner in Rome. Rome is like DC with Roman ruins and medieval ruins. And you're just like, you'll walk down a street, you're like, okay, this is like DC. This is like walking down, J Street in DC or, Pennsylvania Avenue. And then you turn a corner and you're like, oh, hey, look, that's a medieval ruin. It was just weird.
Yeah.
But this place was super great and super friendly. We liked them a lot. This is in Capri. We ordered pizzas and ravioli. This was the ravioli in Capri. It was good. It was so frou-frou. This restaurant was so frou-frou, but unlike the other place that was like really high, like trying to be really high-end in Rome that ended up being creepy, they were trying so hard to be a high-end place. And when we didn't want to order dessert, they gave us dessert for free.
Oh, wow.
Like this has got like a crema and a basil sauce, and like the plating was all super fancy, and the ravioli, they trimmed the extra pasta off, and it was super fancy, but like it was good, but it was just like, okay, it was the nicest restaurant on Capri, and we didn't know that. We just went there because someone had said the food was good, and we just got off the boat. And so we're hot and sweaty and just, jean, like, in shorts and a t-shirt, like not dressed nice or anything. Everyone else at the restaurant was like dressed really nice. And it just, like, and we're like, we just felt so out of place, but the food was really, really good at this restaurant. It was just, the ravioli in Florence had been better. This was still good though. This was better than any ravioli I've had in America.
Oh,
It just wasn't as good as Florence. So, but it was really, yeah. And then this we got at another restaurant. This is lemon basil pizza. I was so disappointed. Every other place in Italy where they said lemon, they meant lemon, 10 times more lemon than you'd ever had in your life. This tasted like an quesadilla that they'd put basil on and then like squeeze a teeny bit of lemon on. And I'm like, no, I wanted really lemony flavor. So this was a letdown, but I'm glad we tried something new.
Well, now you can try that at home.
Yeah. And honestly, if I did it at home, I think I would add like zest to the crust. I would add lemon into the crust to kind of infuse more lemon flavor in.
That sounds very, very. What was the so was it obviously it was the white sauce?
Yes, it was a white sauce. There was ricotta, mozzarella, and Parmigiano Reggiano, and basil and lemon on this pizza.
Interesting.
So, we actually, it wasn't bad. So we ate most of it before I even thought to take a picture. That was the last slice. So it wasn't terrible. Oh, in America, we're really good at doing other countries' foods because we have people from those countries that come and do it really legit. Not so much in Italy. My friends got some, what was it they got? Was it shawarma or no, gyros? They got gyros in Capri, and they're like, they were the grossest thing I've ever had. Like they're like they got some Middle Eastern food and some Greek food in Italy, and they're like, nope, they can't do Greek food in Italy.
No, you know why? Yeah,
we have better Greek food in America than Italy does. This is that lemon treat I was telling you about, and it was really lemony and it was really good. We all shared that one too. Like we ended up sharing a lot of these sweets. Okay, this is Selena. We're getting into Selena. So before we get to Selena, all right, peoples, I told you I'm from this little itty bitty island. I have spent my whole life. This was the whole purpose of this trip. So we had done Venice, Verona, Florence, Rome, Naples, Capri. We finally get to Salina. I have spent 20 years myself. My family has spent 100 years trying to find more records about our family. We have the stories, but we have no records. And I finally got back just 2 or 3 generations. And I felt like I was hitting brick walls. And I'm like, am I just making up these names? Sorry, my mic just fell over. The Italian government doesn't have records. The Catholic Church doesn't have records of these people. I swear they're ghosts. So we get off the island, and the very first thing I start talking to people, they're like, oh, of course you're a Scafidi. You look like a Scafidi. She's a Scafidi. Oh, you're a Paino. And first of all, I was saying the names wrong. They corrected me on my pronunciations because evidently Sicilians say things slightly different. Anyway, they're like, oh, yeah, you're a Paino. You're a Trena. You're a, this, Vitagliano. They're like, oh, yeah, this person's here and that person's there. I am still related to a fourth of that island.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
And this is an island of like 5,000. I am related to like a fourth of it at minimum. And they're like, oh, yeah, your grandfather's house is right here. Like immediately I start showing them. I printed out part of my family tree because I'm a nerd. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's your grandfather's house. This is this museum. This is that. Like it took several days. I got sick once we got to the island. And I'm like, really? I've got 2 days to find out everything I can about my family and I get a cold. So we go to this place and we got these pizzas and I learned something about myself. I love prosciutto crudo, basically uncooked, like not heated prosciutto. If you heat up prosciutto even slightly, the flavor changes and I cannot stomach it.
Oh, that's
Everyone else
funny.
can eat it, no problem. It just made me sick. So I tried to have a calzone, or what I thought looked like a calzone, but I didn't realize they had deep fried it in Capri. And it had prosciutto in it, and they had cooked the prosciutto. Prosciutto is so expensive in America, we don't cook it. It's not expensive in Italy. They cook it. I think that's a crime. That's me. And I took one bite and I'm like, here, Sergeant Dad, you get a second lunch. I can't eat this. It's making me sick. We learned I still cannot do fried foods. Every time I tried to eat fried foods in Italy, I ended up sick. So I had to give up fried foods. Because that's one of the things I can't have in America. And I wasn't sure if it would be different in Italy. Nope, not different.
Well, I get you. Somehow I got muted there a while back. But Fred's, hello, welcome in, Fred.
Hey, Fred.
Fred. This is in America. Okay. Shame on Mr. Yes. No,
Fred,
we're actually calling yeah, go ahead, Sam.
The Italians cannot do your Greek food justice. I think there's better Greek food in America than there is in Italy. Although I haven't been to Greece, so I don't know. But the Greek food in Italy was not good. I'm just telling you. Don't go to Capri and get Greek food.
Yep. Fried fruits. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, you keep going. I need to.
So this is more of the pizza we had in Salina. One of my friends ordered this steak. So they actually do get steak there, but they have a lot of surf and turf. But this was the pizza my other friend got. This is like 4 cheeses. And it had burrata, mozzarella, parmigiano reggiano, pecorino romano. And then this. My friends, we got there the first night and we saw the prices at this restaurant we went to. A beautiful view on Salina, a beautiful view of the harbor. And we order our food. This was with the poor little waiter who couldn't understand a word we were saying. My friend is like, I'm not very hungry. Oh, they've got mussel soup. I'll order that because I'm not very hungry. And it wasn't very expensive. It was like $20. And for $20 in America, if you're ordering mussels, you're not going to get a ton. No. This bowl was huge and it was full. And you
oh goodness.
He was like, oh my gosh, he was just like, help me eat this. But because it was right there on the ocean, the mussels are super fresh, super cheap. This, like, all of the seafood on the island was amazing and super inexpensive.
Oh man, you said mussels. Oh man, Jeff's got to head out too. See you tomorrow night, Jeff. Good to see you. But yeah, oh god, I just can't stand the thought of mussels. I don't mind fried clam strips, but it's just the mollusk and the hard shells. Like just, I don't know. It's just it's like up there with eggs, but not completely that uh, far. And yes, Fred says we don't believe in small portions in the Mediterranean.
No, and
It's
especially on the islands, we noticed the portion sizes got bigger on the islands. I don't know how, but they did. They just got bigger. This was a pasta dish, but made with swordfish and a red sauce that my friend got. She said it was really good. I took a bite. It was good. These cannolis right here with the black, this cannoli you can only get on my family's island. And this is my hill I will die on. They're the best cannolis in the world. Best cannolis in the world.
What is the stuff? That black stuff? What is that? I mean, it almost
So-
looks like vegetables and like
Nope.
or
Let me
something.
see if I can find it. Did I put the picture in here? Oh, come on. I swore I put the picture in here just because I knew you'd ask that question. No, I didn't. Okay.
Oh man, the 20 euro mussels is all you can eat refill here.
Oh, I know, right? But anyway, so we'll go back here. Those are candied capers.
Which
Interesting.
the black
The black
things?
ones. The black ones are candied capers. So on Salina, capers grow like weeds everywhere. Caper bushes. And caper bushes, literally, they'd just be growing out of the side of the wall, or they were everywhere. You don't have to take care of them. They just grow, and they grow really big.
Right.
And so they put capers in everything in the island.
Well,
They
the
also,
red thing, is that tomato on those?
no, that's orange peel, candied orange peel.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So Salina is known for citrus and capers and seafood and wine. Not that I drink. My island is known for wine, and I can't drink, but whatever. But they're known for capers,
Yeah,
and
we
it's
enjoy all the rest of the desserts, you know.
one of the only places in the world where they candy capers. You can't find that anywhere else. It was so good. Okay. But yeah, the candied peel, that's another Sicilian thing. Dad, man, it's okay. I'm just going to keep talking over. You can talk over me. We'll talk over each other. This was another cannoli we had because everyone said, because once we hit Sicily, we were eating cannolis everywhere because they're from Sicily. So we wanted to find the best one. There's a little cannoli shop on the main street of Santa Marina Salina, and they make the best cannolis, in my opinion. This was eggplant lasagna. And then this was
sorry, on the eggplant lasagna, that was like really weird. I mean,
it's huge. It was huge.
Okay.
It was like the size of a steak. Like it was huge.
Did they rectangle this? Did they rectangle the eggplant, or did they?
So they make the eggplant lasagna in a pan, and then that's just a slice of it. So yes, they've cut it into a rectangle.
Okay. Double slice.
Yeah, it was huge. This is what they call a broken cannoli. So what they would do is they'd give you a bowl full of the ricotta cream, and then they'd give you the cannoli shells, and you could scoop it out. And then they served it with dustings of cinnamon. And then they ordered these, and I gave them crap about ordering these, but those were the best freaking fries and chicken tenders I've ever had in my life. They ordered them as
Gotta have what you gotta have.
They were so good. And that was like one of the only spicy things we had was those chicken tenders. They actually had a little bit of spice on them. Okay, Sergeant Dad's back. So he can tell you all about this because they vetoed me. The whole rest of the group vetoed me. You tell them about your chicken tenders.
No. Let me clarify. These are not chicken tenders, despite what they look like. These are, and I quote, Speedy Banditos. That's what was on the menu, and that's what I ordered, and that's what came out. Speedy Banditos.
Well,
and they were delicious.
I've seen Speedo Europeans before at a water park.
No.
Yeah, it was a different thing, but no, man.
So, yeah, it was on the menu as Speedy Banditos, and I gotta say,
those wings look really good, though.
Oh man, okay, I do not know what they put on these, but these were okay. I've eaten a lot of these over the years. Every American, I'm sure, has. These were the best I have ever had. I was like, what the crud did what did they put in these things? I was blown away. These were so amazingly good. At the end, I was just like, okay, I want to know what they put on these, because these things, there was, oh man, the flavor was amazing. And it wasn't just me saying this. All four of us had it. And we're like, oh my gosh, these are the best. What the crud? We came to Italy to have the best,
American food.
yeah, that I've ever had. This is amazing. It was so amazingly good.
Yeah, that's crazy. Especially all the traffic we see.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's
Well, I actually.
the breading on those chicken tenders really amazed me.
Oh yeah, they
And
were so crispy and so good. But it
And
actually
were those hand cut fries also?
hand cut.
Man, that's nice.
Well, we assume they're hand cut.
They looked hand cut, but so what it started to make sense the next day, because the next day we started running into a bunch of college students from San Diego. They were volcanology students on a course because
Did they study Star Trek and Vulcans?
exactly they started Vulcan. Hey JT, they're your people.
No, I know the volcano, right?
Yes, volcanoes.
Yeah.
So the islands, so Sicily has 3 active volcanoes that are a safe level of activity that people can actually get somewhat close to. And Santa Marina is right next to 2 of those volcanoes, but it doesn't have an active volcano itself. And so these volcanology students from San Diego were staying on the island for a semester abroad to do research and actually see live volcanoes. And so they had a lot of like college bar food because the college students would buy it. So, and they did a really good job. This was just another one of, we had so many pizzas. This was a Diavolo pizza again.
Sorry. The bar food is not necessarily a bad thing, especially if you're hungry late at night,
It's not. So, okay. I got the smaller mussel dish because I'd seen the big one when he ordered it, and I'm like, nope. So I got a smaller mussel dish with pasta, and it was very good. That one I'm almost finished. I got all the mussels, but not the pasta.
Yeah, but why would you do that? Why do you not say, give me as much as I can? Because, take care of him. He'll just eat whatever you can eat.
Oh, no.
Because that's rude and wasteful.
Poor Sgt Dad did eat everything I couldn't eat. I was starving half the time because I couldn't find enough food that I could eat without making myself sick. And he was so full, he felt sick all the time. He was never hungry. Because I was like, okay, finish this for me. Finish this for me.
Sick. I just was like, there were times I was like so overfull because I was just like, man.
But I can't eat a whole lot without getting sick. It's another one of my medical conditions. And so sadly, I tried everything, but I couldn't have a lot of anything. This was another one of those really good pizzas. We just ended up ordering. This is arancini. So arancini are fried rice balls that have like other stuff in them, like cheese and stuff. And these were really good. Arancini is a very Sicilian thing. So, and yes, Diavolo pizza is very good. Yes.
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, let me do this real quick, Sam, while we take a certain break where you can sit there and think. Sgt. Dad, let's tell us what you think about this part of the trip up to now. But let me go ahead and let the missus escape out. Missus, thank you for sitting in with us for an hour and a half.
Oh, it was lovely. And I want to stay so bad, but I am literally, my head is hitting my keyboard. Not literally, but figuratively. I'm going to be going to bed. So enjoy the food, Dad Man, and it all looks very, very lovely. And thank you guys all for supporting Dad Man and Sam and stuff on these shows.
And be sure to support the missus tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. She will be live again, and subscribe to her channel too. Thank you, Mrs.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye, everybody.
See you
I'm
later.
not going to end the stream this time.
Yeah, go out the right way.
I'll go out the right way. Bye.
We'll never forget that time she ended the stream that Anna and I were doing, and then she had to jump on to create a new. And the thing is, you end the stream, you got to create a new one through the whole process. So,
Oh yeah.
and Mr. Angel's also going to sneak to bed too. Yes, exactly. Have a good night, Mr. Angel. It's like probably 5:30 in the morning there.
Oh golly.
Yeah.
Get
So
some
now
sleep
these are
then.
like rice balls things. But Sergeant Dad, guys, I know you had to step away, but you might have kept up with what she's doing or saying. What is your thought with all this food coming around at this point? I mean, about the third way mark or the halfway mark. Are you getting tired of eating already?
Oh golly. No, so the food was so it wasn't just okay, so here's the thing. When we were there, basically every day except for on Selena, we and of course on Palermo because we were there for such a short time, but every other day we were there, we spent a tremendous amount of time walking. On average, I was getting 10 to 20,000 steps a day, and just on a routine basis. So yeah, we did a lot of eating, but we did a lot of walking too. So it wasn't like, "Ooh." So walked off a lot of the food, which was great. The other thing about it though was, for, it was phenomenal because we got to see so many cool things that were a lot of fun, and at least a third of them were not even
Mhm.
planned, like not at all. The Verona stuff, we had plans to see 2 things, and then we saw a bunch more that was just amazing. Venice, honestly, was cool, but it was just kind of one of those things. You're like, I've been to Venice, it's cool, I've been around it. It's yeah. Go once, maybe go second time if you absolutely love it, or if you have family there, go to a bunch. But if you like are just want to see it and say you've been there, cool. But my 2 favorites were, for me, if I had to pick, would actually 3 would have been Verona, Florence, and Selena, and not in that order. My favorite was actually Selena for just how calm and quiet it was. It was just chill, and I like that. Florence was definitely an experience that I enjoyed. I loved the architecture. Okay, this is kind of a hot take for some people, but I preferred the architecture in Florence over the architecture in Rome by quite a bit. I know
Hmm.
that's kind of a hot take for some people, but like, no, it's Roman architecture. Well, it's Roman architecture, and it's also Renaissance architecture in Florence, and I just preferred it. It was gorgeous. It was well done. Um,
There
it,
were
it
people
was
singing and performing music everywhere in Florence.
yeah. There were also street performances in Rome too. But overall, if I had to pick, my favorite was there in Florence. Oh yeah, that point about the St. Peter's Square. Yeah,
Yeah.
that the other thing about visiting Italy.
You have to watch out for pickpockets.
Yeah, watch out for pickpockets, watch out for all that. Just be smart, keep all your stuff properly sealed up and strapped to you that you need. But Rome is
We had special crossbody bags that kept all of our belongings right in front of us, zipped up in a way that would be hard for anyone to get
grab.
into.
Yeah, and so it was either me or Sam that had ours strapped on to us the whole time, mostly me because I preferred that way. I tend to be a very draconian person when it comes to dealing with pickpockets and other people, and I wanted to make certain that if that happened, they wouldn't have to pickpocket anyone else again. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, basically, he didn't want his wife to be a target.
Yeah,
So,
we can
yeah.
barely hear you, Sam.
He didn't want me to be a target.
So
Exactly.
that was as PC as I could make it. Okay, Dad, man, I hope that's all right. But
That's
anywho,
fine with me. Yeah, I'm enjoying hearing you talk a bit.
well, okay. The other thing was, if I was to say, so what Sam did not mention is about the trip to Verona. She mentioned a little bit. So we had finished at that restaurant. We were walking back, and we were supposed to turn right on the street and go back towards where we had been staying. And I look to the left and I see this piece of architecture, and I'm like, hey guys, you see that? It could be part of the wall or something. Why don't we go take a look a little closer now that the sun has gone down? It's a little pretty. And we walked down, we saw that castle there, and it was all this really cool architecture. The the Roman arch that you see, I don't know if you saw a photo, if Sam showed a photo here with you guys, but
I don't think
the
so
Roman,
yet.
well, the Roman arch that you see in Rome, they have this white arch. It's basically been they took the same concept and made it in France, same thing.
Mhm.
But in Verona, the arch wasn't surrounded by a gate. You didn't have the one in Rome. There's a gate. And it's about maybe 5-10 feet away from the building itself, like the arch. This one, we literally walked up, could touch it, could actually, and it's the same size. It's huge and it's gorgeous. You're like, okay, and it's right next to this castle. You're like, why does anyone come here? This is so much better. And there was, like she said about the arena, it's pretty big. It's not as big, obviously, physically as the Colosseum in Rome. But I'll be honest, both of us said the same opinion. It was so much better. Okay, if you love architecture, Rome is a good place to stop. If you love art straight up, then the Vatican Museum, phenomenal place to stop. But if you just want to enjoy the experience and actually not suffer with crowds all the time, go to Verona, go to Florence. Gonna say hot take, skip Rome. I genuinely have no real desire to go back because I'm not a massive nerd for all of the art. The art's cool, but it wasn't so cool that it would draw me back.
If we went back to Rome, we would go back to the Vatican Museum because I was raised by an artist. My mother was an art teacher, and I want to go see the rest of the Vatican Museum, specifically the masters. There's a hall of all the masters of the Renaissance, and we didn't get a chance because we ran out of time to see it. That would be why I would go back.
Yeah, it's truly, honestly, the only, so you go through the city, you see all the cool sights, you take the photos, but the only real thing that would draw us back would be the art. And I'm not even Catholic, but the art at the Vatican Museum is amazing. To be honest, I swear all the popes have been just art collectors. There's millions of pieces of art there, I swear. And it's amazing. They've done a great job. It looks gorgeous. So that at least is awesome.
But plan 2 days.
Yeah, plan a few days. If you're going to go to Rome, just plan a few days just to go to the Vatican Museum. If you truly appreciate art and art history, then you will be in absolute heaven there. It's just that cool. The rest of it, you go around, you see all the cool sights, you take the tour of the city, take some photos, eat some food there. It's not, I mean, the food there in Rome is good. Don't get me wrong. It was just as good as some of the other places, but the food there didn't blow me away or anything.
The sandwiches.
Oh, except for the one sandwich shop. That place, the food was awesome. But that was basically in the outskirts of Rome. It wasn't in central Rome at all.
No.
It was way on the outskirts, which was great. So, yeah. The other thing and I'm going to say this. I loved, and I said this before, I love Florence. Florence was actually really, really cool. Yes, I don't love crowds, and there were a fair number of crowds there. But if I had to argue, it was when Rome act like a Roman. Yeah, that's a great statement there. Yeah, but
yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Lie, cheat, and steal? I mean,
oh golly, don't say that. That's terrible. Anyways, no, the being in Rome was great, but it wasn't a place that I'm in a hurry to revisit. Whereas those other places I mentioned, absolutely would totally revisit. No offense. I'm probably not in a hurry to revisit Sicily proper, though.
Oh my gosh, Palermo scared me.
I'll be honest. Okay, so I mentioned I spent time in the Middle East, right? And I spent time in Mexico in
some sketchy places.
Very sketchy places.
Lived in some sketchy places.
Yeah. So no joke, Palermo. And there were several areas that I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm back in the sandbox. Okay, this is a familiar feeling. I don't like this. So, yeah.
There were places in Palermo that were very, very sketchy that we walked through that had our children been with us, I would have been terrified. But I have the level of street smarts. All of us have a level of street smarts. We got 2 Army guys with us. We felt secure in an insecure place because we were prepared, but it wasn't Palermo. There are definitely some very seedy, undesirable areas to avoid. Oh no, leave my fountain alone, people. People keep messing.
And one thing that I was going to say is it's really fascinating seeing all of this stuff, and especially we got people from overseas. Mr. Angel had been here a bit sleeping, but he had to go to bed. Brad's here. It's just interesting to see people's supporting what you're saying and describing it all the same way. With these experiences, I just fascinating all the food and different types of food.
Yeah. Well, like
Oh, yeah.
this is a half sandwich in Salina, and it has got a pesto base with the roasted tomatoes and the roasted eggplant and the cheese. And this was very, very good. We're very meat eaters in America, and I wasn't sure how much I was going to. Yeah, there were some different areas. In Naples, there was a couple places that were like, I know who runs this neighborhood, walking away. But this has no meat in it, but it was so filling and so good. You didn't know you weren't eating meat. Like I'm a big meat eater. And I'm like, you know what? This was really good without any meat. And for a half sandwich, that piece of bread is 8.5 inches wide. I don't understand why they think that's a half sandwich. And then this is what my friend got.
Like a pretty full one to me. So,
I know. This was what my friend got. They got it says a type of ham, and then that's burrata in the middle. And then this was a little fruit they had on Salina, and it was really good. I have no idea what it is, but it was just really good. And these pastries are very Italian. These are very Sicilian pastries.
What is that great? I'm sorry, you're about to say what they're made of. Go ahead.
So it's made with a dough, just like a normal wheat flour dough, and it's got it's cut crimped into this shape and then egg washed and has pistachios on top, and then inside this was a different cookie. Sorry, we got lots of cookies from this bakery, but inside it's a fig and date and some other fruits made into like this kind of jam and the filling in the middle, and it was really good. It's basically like a super fancy fig Newton. I liked it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Good. It looks like a fig Newton. That's cool.
Okay, so this is a swordfish stew on Salina.
Okay, yeah. I hear stew. I think fluid. I think liquid and all, but I don't see a lot of liquid. So why is that a stew?
It's because stews don't always have a ton of liquid. But it is liquidy. There is liquid at the bottom of this plate that you don't see. Okay. But the way it's plated, you don't see a lot of the sauce. There was sauce, and we were handing Sgt Dad bread to soak up all the yummy sauce. This is a zucchini and summer squash and eggplant with the swordfish, and it was really rather good. We were all sharing. This is how you get meatballs in Italy. They're not with spaghetti. They're just giant meatballs. Those are actually really big meatballs. Again, the flying saucer plate, but I don't know. That was weird.
Yeah, they look small because of the size of the plate.
Well, this night we got appetite. This was our last full night on Salina, so we did a full 4-course meal, and so she was fine with this being her main course because we had appetizers and main course and second course and dessert. We had the whole shebang.
Yep.
This was my dish. No, this was the tuna. This was a seared tuna with an Aeolian salad. So Aeolian salads, so in the islands where my family are from, there is some flour and wheat and stuff, but they try to save it a lot for bread or pasta. They don't and they don't have a lot of potatoes, but they had some potatoes. And so they would put some potatoes into salads because there are meals like this. This would be a whole meal. Mm-hmm. The only starch you would get was that teeny bit of potato, and that's maybe 1/8 of a Yukon potato. There's just very little. They don't have a lot of starch in their diet unless you're eating an actual bread or pasta. And so, yeah, they have a lot of fish. And this is what I had. And I didn't know because they said the Italian name for it. This is Aeolian. This is very Salina. This is one of the dishes of Salina. It's mahi mahi, though. I didn't realize they had mahi mahi in the Mediterranean. They call it something else. They call it big head fish. That's the translation. Yes, I am from Italy. I am from Santa Marina Salina. Fred, yeah, my family are from the Aeolian Islands and Catania, and broadly Sicilian, but specifically Aeolian Catanian. And this is a very classic dish. It's got roasted tomatoes, it's got olive oil, balsamic vinegar, capers over mahi mahi. It was delicious. Absolutely delicious. This is the Aeolian salad. This is a close-up to it.
That looks
Look
good.
at those capers. Do you see how those capers are almost as big as the olives? The capers we get in America are like half the size.
Yep.
But yeah, so it's this one's a balsamic vinaigrette over cucumbers, tomatoes, red onion, Kalamata olives, and capers.
Wow.
And potato. And I was like, I did not expect, but yeah, that's a very Aeolian. This is a very classic Aeolian dish. Which when you think of Italian food, this is not the stuff people usually think of. And that's why I wanted to share it, is because when you get to some of these little islands or these remote places, they'll have very unique things, and it's worth trying it. This was not a good picture, but this was their green beans. This was Aeolian green beans in a vinaigrette with tomatoes and stuff, and almonds, sliced almonds. So my friend ordered this, who's allergic to nuts. And we get it, and we're like, those are sliced almonds. And that's when they brought her the eggplant lasagna, because they're like, we're so sorry, because they forgot to tell her there was almonds in the, so she couldn't eat it. So we all ate it for her. And then, yeah, this is when we got into like the broken cannoli. And this is Palermo. So this is a stromboli in a calzone shape. I don't even know. They called it something different in Palermo. And this was pretty good. It was ricotta with some ham in it. And then
that looked pretty straightforward, like this,
yeah, that one was very straightforward. This one was a cheese and prosciutto pizza, very straightforward. This says Diavolo pizza. The Diavolo pizza I have really come to love, and I wish we had Diavolo pizza here in America. It is very good. It's literally translated devil pizza or Satan pizza. So
nice. That looks really good. I really like that. And again, it's another thing where they're really using all the crust because they're taking oh
yeah, and it's got caramelized onions, not just onions, caramelized onions on it. It's so good. Sergeant Dad.
Yeah.
Can you explain what this was? He ordered this in Palermo.
Okay, this is a little funny one. So that ball in the middle there, that's actually a ball of mozzarella. Like it's straight cheese.
No, burrata. That's burrata.
No, it was mozzarella. I ate it. Trust me. No, it wasn't. It was mozzarella. It's a ball of solid mozzarella they covered with red sauce, tomato sauce. And then on the outskirts of it, it's basically, think of like a folded pizza into the middle. And it kind of reminded me of something like a stromboli. Really, really good. But it had, as soon as you cut into it, it just gushed sauce like everywhere. And it wasn't actually, correction, not sauce, juice. Like from like the ham and the cheese, that like some juice that came off of it. It was really tasty, but it was a bit of a challenge to eat at first. I will say it was also big. The picture doesn't really do it justice. The plate is huge. That plate is easily like a medium Domino's pizza. Okay. That's how large that plate is. So that pizza is, it was surprisingly large, and I ate the whole thing. I'm not gonna lie, I had that whole thing, and I was like, this is delicious. This was so good.
Honestly, that's part of the reason why I couldn't tell you much about it, is because he did eat the whole thing.
That thing looks like one of those Final Fantasy things, or one of those like.
It looks like a trifold hat that they
Yeah.
turned into pizza.
Yeah, it's just this one that's like this Boston in the Revolution doesn't come through as much, but it just I think of the video game of that thing. I've seen that image somewhere in one of those video games, and I'm like that fire at the center of it, like an eye, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And this is now help me. There's no ricotta in this, right?
No, there was some ricotta on the inside, right, hon? No, mine had ricotta. His did not.
Okay, because see, I don't like ricotta. It's a texture thing for sure.
I love ricotta. It just I've always liked ricotta. There are ways I like it better than others. I think ricotta, it's how you do it that changes things. But one of the things that I took away from this whole experience with all of the food in Italy was that just be adventurous. Like, there were so many times I try something and I'm like, and my stomach hates this. And it wasn't that I didn't like the taste of it, but like my body couldn't handle it because of my medical conditions. But I'm glad I tried them. And the other thing was, it's always great when you've got a group and you're willing to share. And then honestly, every place has very different food. So I'm glad we tried the very local things, and I'm glad we got to go to the islands my family was from, and I was able to actually pick up, like, I've made the Aeolian salad for my kids since we've been home. I've made the Aeolian fish dish for them since we've been home, and they loved it. I wouldn't say that all the kids loved both, but all of the kids loved one or the other. So we tried the granita, and I actually think we could probably make granita here. Yeah. Fred said that they believe you that that's big because the knife is there for comparison.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
It doesn't do it justice.
But to me, the coolest part was being able to walk the streets where my family walked, to see my grandfather's house, to know that I'm not crazy. These stories are true. These people really lived. It meant so much to me to be there. And that's why I love Italy. It's not that I think Italy is better than anywhere else. If you're from Greece, I'm sure you think Greece is great because that's where your family is from, or France or England or Germany or wherever. It's because that's your family's story. And part of my family's story is this island. And it is one of the weirdest things, because I went to I've been a lot of places. I've lived in lots of places in the US. I've been to Mexico. We went lots of places in Italy, and there's places where I feel comfortable, but there was a difference. It felt like home. It felt like I belonged. I felt more than comfortable there. And that the island is struggling. The people don't make a lot. It's very difficult for people to live there and stay there. And it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. But it is beautiful, and we're planning on going back. So,
nice.
Oh, Fred, you're Sicilian? Okay. We're cousins. We're all good.
Yeah. As long as you're Sicilian and have her back, she's got you.
Well, honestly, the funny thing is, Sicilians are there's actually, once we got to Palermo, I was on the islands. We were on Salina, and both of us understood people really well. We were worried about getting to Sicily, and with Sicilian, it's a very different dialect. Not understanding people on the island, no problem. We got to Palermo, and I'm like, can you say that again? Wait, what? Like, we were having to get people to repeat themselves 10 times. Not quite that much.
Not just because you're like this, like you can't hear them, or miss stuff.
They
but it's
speak so fast.
Yeah.
And on the mainland Sicily, in Palermo, they were speaking a lot faster. And so when they're using the dialect, and different vocabulary, and they're speaking quickly, we can't sit there and use context clues to fill in the blank with the words we don't recognize because they're talking too fast. So Palermo was a lot harder to understand. There were sketchy parts of Palermo, but we did end up in that really pretty historic part of Palermo. And so,
by the way,
Palermo,
did they have many things towards World War II, like memorials and interactive exhibits and stuff, or were they
so
elsewhere?
when we were planning it, I actually saw multiple tours for World War II where they would show you different things like that. At one point when we were on Salina, so Salina was never occupied per se. They had German officials that would come and check in with the fascist troops that were stationed there.
Yeah.
But Salina was really not a huge factor in the war. But there's this really tall mountain, one of the volcanoes. At the very top of the volcano, there's this old medieval fortress. And they turned that medieval fortress into a spotter station for the Allied subs. And so that spotter station had to be taken out. Now they went to go take it out and the people surrendered because, the Allies were intimidating. Patton's a little intimidating there. So it didn't get damaged, but yeah, we did catch some of those things and those different aspects of what had gone on.
It's interesting looking at that. Like I said, I talked about a video game a second ago, but it almost looks like the Eye of Sauron. Just
Sauron, yeah.
Yeah, that flaming eye, and just like the tricorder hat. It really looks good.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I'm going to really quickly, while we're talking, I want to pull up one last picture, and this is the picture of my family's island.
Oh, wonderful.
And
yeah.
I've really just fallen in love with this place. We couldn't ever afford to live there, but it's come to mean a lot to me. And my family's not just from this one island. They're primarily from Santa Marina Salina, but they are also from Lipari and Stromboli. Yes, I have family on the two islands with the volcanoes.
And one is called Stromboli. It's my favorite island.
Stromboli evidently is not from Stromboli, but it was named after Stromboli. So they're connected.
It reminds me of It's Time to Eat. That's the main thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I can't wait to see this picture because I've actually seen the volcano eruption one. That was interesting, being so relatively close for it, not right on top of you, but it was a good view. You start to get a little concerned when you see stuff like that happening to you or around you, but how close is too close.
Stromboli actually erupts most days.
Right.
It's just small eruptions, and so it's Volcano and Stromboli. Lipari doesn't have an active volcano anymore. I'm struggling to find this picture. I wonder if it's over here. I bet you it's over here. Yeah, it's on my Google Drive still. So let me pull it up. Here it is. This is the town square of my island. I say my island like I own it.
I know. I was noticing that. Yeah.
I do not own this island. I merely love this island.
Yeah.
This island is of my people. Oh, come on. On the other tab.
That's like live streaming. Yeah, go ahead.
Just a second. You talk for Sergeant Dad, help me. I need to get the other window open.
Dude, West, I am sorry. I thought I told you at 9 o'clock. I guess I'm gonna have to start West.
No, that window.
I don't know, West, but hey, glad you made it at least at this point. Yeah. It's crazy.
Right there. Okay. Leave it to Sergeant Dad to find what I couldn't find. Sure. Okay. This is the picture.
Yep. All right, here we go. Looking at here. Wow. Looks like the Alamo to me in a way. It almost looks, one of those type of small mission places. But yeah, I know it's not. There's housing around it and stuff.
Yeah, but it's the Catholic mission style church, and which is actually very Mediterranean. That was the thing that kind of threw me, was when I'd see the mission style church that I very associate with like California, Mexico, Spain, but it was in Italy.
Mhm.
And yes, it's mine, all mine.
Oh,
Mine.
mine. Yep.
But one of the cool things at this plaza is there was always old people sitting on these benches just chatting. And at the end of the day, there was kids playing soccer in this little square, and it just where everyone would gather. And
Yeah.
that church, my family helped restore it. In the 30s, in 1930, it was in disrepair, and family members of mine paid to have it fully restored. And it's the main church now of Santa Marina. It wasn't the main church, but the main church is actually in disrepair now and no longer in use. So this is now the main one. But Santa Marina was such a major port on this island that it had two churches, two Catholic churches, which for a small island, that's significant. But this hotel, just to the side of it, it is a giant villa that used to belong to a very wealthy family. And the owner of it is he styled himself the local historian. He is super rich and he's a local. And he now spends all of his time gathering the history and writing books and preserving the story of the island. And we didn't find out about him until just before we left, so I didn't get a chance to meet him. So I hope we can get back there and meet him and find out more about what he knows about my family. But yeah, that'd
be a great trip to make again, just to focus on that, the stuff that you get to spend a lot of time with. Yeah.
Yep. So, this is
Beautiful
where my
building.
people are from.
Yeah. All right. Was that the last one you wanted to show tonight?
Yep, that's it.
Well, folks, I tell you what, Sam is likely to come on Squirrel Streams at a moment's notice. So if that happens, we'll definitely be ready to show more pictures as she's got them. But yeah, and one of the other things you talked about was driving and
that's Sgt Dad's story. West,
Yeah.
we now know why you drive the way you do. It's genetic.
It's a New Jersey, it sounds like. But Sgt Dad, what about you with driving over there since you did all the driving? Was it better or worse than you've experienced here in the U.S.?
Okay. It was different. Okay. So in America, I'll say this. In America, we have roads.
Mm-hmm.
And most of Italy, they have roads, except for in their cities where they have paths. They have, places they can walk. Roads are kind of optional. Yeah, you should not call those roads. What you should call them is, and not even streets, that's also being generous. You might call them walking paths. And that's why Europeans have lots of tiny little cars, because they need them to fit down those tiny little, ways on their where they put concrete for whatever reason. But don't worry, that's why they also believe Vespas are like heaven's gift to mankind, because that is what we saw everywhere. Literally, I thought it was a meme before I went over there about like all the Europeans, especially in Italy, just driving Vespas everywhere. No, they do. Literally all over, every single city, every single town. The only place where we did not see thousands of Vespas was Salina. Actually, we saw them everywhere else, just thousands of them. That was how everyone traveled around the place. Rome,
Vespas.
Vespas, the little tiny motorcycle.
I'm thinking of Jeff now.
Yeah,
because it's a more extreme. The Boba Fett Vespa squad.
You're gentlemen in the comments. Yeah, he's absolutely. Roads over there are twirly and narrow. That is a great way to describe it.
That sounds like Kentucky. There are parts of Kentucky we had roads like that.
No. The roads in Kentucky we've been there. No, roads in Kentucky are a little twirly. Imagine this. Okay, your road is only about maybe 10 feet wide, 15 if you're generous.
There was
Okay.
one street that
And
went
that's
2.5
two
miles.
streets. That's 2 lanes. The people in most of the cities we were at. That's 2 lanes, 15 feet. You're like, wait, an American street with one lane going both ways is typically going to be about 20 feet wide, if I remember right. Maybe 25. There, no, that's 4 lanes, because they're like, don't worry, you're driving down the street, Vespa goes right past you. That's fine. 25 more Vespas drive right past you. You're like, whatever.
Lanes are a
Well, I will tell you
suggestion.
I will tell you that there was one road in Kentucky we had one side is straight down the cliff. That's why I was thinking of Kentucky, because it at least
that was
that
crazy.
particular road was a particular winding thing with no room, and we had just seen somebody in a pickup truck drive like 45 down the road unattended. But
Yeah.
Sam,
And-
were you gonna say something, by the way?
Oh, Capri had roads like that, but Naples was the real. Oh my gosh, Naples.
Well,
was,
I'm gonna object there. So I drove in Naples, I drove in Rome, Florence, and Verona, and honestly, leaving Venice, but that's not really part of it. Anyways, I drove in all those places, and if I was gonna say where the roads were genuinely, in my opinion, the worst in terms of in the cities, Naples was interesting. Its roads are very interesting. People are like, "Oh, the drivers in Naples are awful." I'm like, no, actually, they were
they're like New York
they
drivers.
were fine, actually, to be honest. Yeah, they were all over the road. Yeah, the lanes are at best a suggestion on the road, but they were fine.
It sounds like Las Vegas, where there's no markings, some reflectors, but everybody get your do it yourself.
They no, if I drove in the States, anywhere in the States, like I had to drive when I was in Italy, the police would have absolutely every reason on earth to pull me over and be like, "What are you smoking on? What are you?" They will give me a breathalyzer so fast, and I'd be like, "I swear, I don't even drink alcohol. What's wrong?"
Oh, yeah.
They're crazy there.
Well, it feels crazy to an American that's never driven overseas, but yeah, they were just all over the road, and it wasn't just like Vespas. Like Vespas, they pop in, that's fine, whatever. Total right of way, I don't care. But it was the cars. Like you're driving just down the road, and the car just like, you see on American highways, you see people weaving in and out, right?
Yeah.
Pop left, pop right, pop left, pop right, all happy. There, no, they just go straight. They're like, I can go past you. Yeah, they'll go on the sidewalk and go past you. You're like, I'm driving straight. Like I'm going. I'm not even stopped. You just like, you're not going fast enough. Zip, go around. I'm like, okay. Or they'll go in the like oncoming traffic completely real quick, zip right around you, even if you're going it. By the way, I almost forgot to mention this. Don't bother worrying about speed limits when you're overseas unless there's cameras. The cops never stopped us. They didn't even look at us. I saw one police officer pull someone over the entire time we were in Italy. The rest of the time, I saw the police, but they were just generally just chit-chatting each other up and just hanging out and having a great time. And I was like, all right, guys, whatever. But on the interstate, and I'm sure there's a few other people that over there
already commenting on that one.
Yeah, you go on the interstate. You're absolutely right there. The other thing is, though, don't worry. 50, 100 miles, no biggie. Just floor it. That's what all of the people do. I kid you not, I was going over, I'm not even on the Autobahn. I'm going over 100 miles an hour. Okay. 130 plus miles, kilometers per hour. It's actually up to 150 kilometers per hour. The car was limiting my cruise control to 130, and I pushed it to over 150, and I was still getting cars zipping past me. I'm like, the speed limit says 130. I'm going 150, and you're flying past me. And I'm like, okay, apparently I'm all right. So I decide for a little bit, I'm like, I'm gonna drive like them for a little bit. I just stomp the gas and I just hold it there, and I'm gradually making up ground on this like BMW on the interstate. I think it was from Florence to Rome, and I was just like, I did it for a few minutes. I'm like, why am I bothering? I glanced down. I looked down and I'm like, oh, I'm almost at 170 kilometers per hour. Dang. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Uh,
It was crazy.
Oh, I love that comment because you're absolutely right. That is so true. Oh my gosh, blinking. I saw a lot of people use them, but I'm not sure they were using them in the way that they were intended. I'll be completely candid there.
that's fine. I don't doubt it. But hey,
Oh, and pedestrians don't wait
Oh.
for the light. Like
she's
pedestrians
not.
go,
Yeah.
and you have to dodge them.
I mean, jaywalking is common in every country I've been to, but they took it to kind of a next level. I was
They
quite
tried to make it a
impressed.
sport. How close can I get to getting run over without getting run over?
I don't know. It kind of reminds me of all the videos I saw from like you know, the how was it, like Top Gear and stuff, and them traveling in like India, and they're just
Yeah.
people are popping through traffic, zipping by traffic. And they're like, yeah, it's not even playing chicken with the car, it's playing dodge the car. I'm like, it's dodgeball. Don't dodge the car. Just run. Just wait.
I don't know where duck, dodge, dive came into it, but yeah, the movie ruined everybody and things. So, I guess we've been going about 2 hours 10 minutes. Sam, you got through the pictures. Y'all got any final thoughts about this trip? I mean, we can always revisit some more. Saturday night we're doing streams. Any Saturday night we can talk further and look at some even more pictures and stuff. But any final thoughts, Sam or Sergeant Dad?
Yes. Final thoughts. Do not, whatever you do when you're over there, take the first offer on anything that you want to buy at all.
Just keep looking around.
Always look around for another option because you can always find it better and cheaper somewhere else.
Oh, and check the labels. Okay, here's.
Okay, fine.
All right, I'll admit it. I'm Italian, and I know my people are not always completely above board. So, do your research. Do your research ahead of time. I'm OCD and obsessively so. So I knew exactly what I wanted to purchase in every location based on what those regions' specialities were. I knew how to spot fakes. I knew where to get the legit ones. I knew what prices were reasonable because I did all the research ahead of time. And AI actually helped out a lot with this. But because Venice is known for glass, Venetian glass or Murano glass. Murano's the island next to Venice where the glassmakers have their shops. But there is a lot of immigrants to Italy that will set up these shops that have got all of this tourist crap in it. And honestly, I bought some of those things because, like playing cards, there are things that you're going to want that it's okay to get the tourist quality level. But if you're wanting Murano glass, go to Murano. If you are wanting good Florence leather, go to the monastery with the Florentinian monks that make it. It is worth it. Like, you go and find the good places. When I was on Salina, I would try to find the handcrafted things and make sure I was putting money into the local economy, to the local producers there. Because that's my family. It's my people. I want to help them out. I'm going to Italy because I want Italian things. In Capri, we found a woman who was outside her shop making shoes. Like, she handcrafted beautiful sandals in front of you, custom to whatever you wanted. And it wasn't very expensive. It was reasonably priced. And so knowing those things, and I got from her store, I got a handcrafted limited run dress that was beautiful. And you can find these amazing things. The other things are, know what they're made like locally. They had these really wonderful like lemon soaps that I ended up buying some because they smelled really wonderful. So just know what you're looking for. The playing decks. I got baseball caps. I was always told, don't wear baseball caps in Europe. You'll look like an American. Oh my gosh, that's a joke. Every kid I saw had a New York Yankees hat. Like, wear your baseball caps, people. Nobody cares. And I ended up getting some baseball caps for my nephews there. So just know what you're looking for. Make sure you're checking tags. If you're okay with buying imported stuff that's not actually from Italy, that's fine. But my whole thing is like, I can buy imported stuff that is Italian themed on
Mm.
Amazon at home. I don't
Mhm.
want to buy that in Italy. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. It'd be like going to Italy and going to Olive Garden, you know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Although
Wouldn't do that.
my friends went to McDonald's. I wasn't feeling good at one point. So I was laying down and my friends wandered off to McDonald's in Rome and got a cheeseburger. So
That's good. All right. Yeah. No, I appreciate y'all tonight. Like I said, we can do this again another night if there's anything else you want to share.
No.
Saturday night we'll be live at 10 or 9 Eastern. I mean, so join us for that. Maybe they'll be here and we can pick on you some more with some of the great things. Yeah, go ahead.
One last thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Traveling is great and wonderful, but again, the reason why I did this is because of family. Family really matters to me. And if we go back to Italy, it'll be to see family. I've met cousins. I have cousins on that island, and I want my kids to see that. So, tourist stuff is great and wonderful, but sometimes the most meaningful vacations you can have are learning about your family's past.
Yep, exactly. And get into it before it's too late. Love your people, visit them. And I think it's really cool that you got to go somewhere like that and actually put because you talk about your Italian roots, you're so proud of it and everything else, to actually be able to get to walk the country and to be in the culture for a time period really is amazing. And it's for a lot of people will never happen, but it's really good that y'all were able to make that happen. So absolutely. And folks, make sure one of my mods will get your channel link out there. Well, go ahead and let everybody know what you got coming up, and you're trying to get back into the role of things, Sam, and the work that you're doing with our veterans out there.
Yeah. So I work with the veteran and military community, trying to help find resources, a support system, and preserving their stories. Every veteran has a story that is worth preserving and remembering. And I try to provide a space where they can do that for free, that is accessible and easy, as well as helping people find out about their family history. I am very passionate about learning about where we came from. I feel like the more we understand where we came from, the more we realize we have in common, and it helps us feel grounded in our lives. And that is what I try to do with my channel. I also try to provide resources for the military community. But I'm going to say this right out. Thanks to Dadman and all of you guys, most of my listeners now are not military. There are people who love the military and want to support us. So thank you. Don't think just because what I do is military that it's not for you. It is. And I'm so grateful, and I love and appreciate all the support I get from all of you guys with the work that I do. And I did a whole research project for Mrs. Dadman's family on their military family history. And I got paused on Dadman's family, and I will get back to that.
Oh, yeah.
But that will be coming up. But right now we're taking a little bit of a hiatus because the Army decided to reorganize our lives, and we are moving. And so I will be doing a live stream next Wednesday to celebrate the 250th anniversary of America and have some fun. Dadman and Erica and some other people have said that they would be willing to join. I hope Tom West, you're welcome too. But basically, I just want to get a group of people, and we're going to hang out and have some fun. And just celebrate the country. We're going to do that July 1st at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And we're going to just to have some fun with that. And but I'm not going to be doing anything else the rest of July because of the move. And then I will be back in August to my regularly scheduled once a week. Hopefully we'll get back to doing the spouse groups, the military spouse chat groups that Erica is a part of, the panels, and then also the live stream book clubs. And Dad Man, don't worry, the book about your wife's family member is on the list for next year.
Yeah.
If we're gonna try to cover that one.
Yep.
So, but we've got so many good books. And honestly, I love book club. I'm sorry we've had to take a hiatus from it. But if you've got any good military adjacent books, and it is amazing how many military adjacent books there are out there in the world. Heck, even Jane Austen has military adjacent books. So just let me know. I'm more than willing to consider them and put them on the list. But book club is typically the beginning of each month on a Saturday. So hopefully we'll get back to that in August. But for July, we'll just be doing that one live stream.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I look forward to Dacia's 250th birthday, and should be a blast on the first, as you said. And we'll have stuff going on to that time. So thank you, Sam, for coming in. And thank you. Continue your great work. And like I said earlier, I think I'm running streams between each other because I was on with the missus earlier with Fortnite. Don't forget tomorrow night, 7 o'clock with Alaska Jeff. We're talking about the loss of storytelling, the art, and where the mouse went wrong, and talking Darth Maul. I'm sure you guys, since y'all love to lecture me about Darth Maul. And then, of course, Saturday night, a scroll stream at 9 o'clock. Then hopefully everything will be back on normal times after that. But
yeah.
But let's
the stream with Alaska Jeff is going to be good. You guys don't miss it. If you can make it, listen, because I listened to the first one. And it was fabulous. He's got really great insights. It was really good.
Yeah, he does. And that smooth jazz for radio. Sgt Dad, are you still there with us? I'd like to let you talk a little bit before we end.
Yeah, I'm still here. Still alive.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And Peter Venkman's here too. Peter Venkman Fansite's here. So trying to pull something up. I caught my computer does coffee break, but Sgt Dad, it's great to have you on tonight with us. How'd you like having fun with it, coming on with us, and hope you would do this again sometime with us.
Yeah, I don't mind every now and then. Sam's more the talker, as you already know, but I don't mind jumping in here and there.
Well, that's cool. Well, you're so mild you're so mild and humble and all. And it's like, no, you're such a talented guy. You need to do it all the time. But no, hey, I'm just giving you a hard time. But it's like I said, it truly is always good to have you around.
Appreciate it. Good to hear from you guys too.
All right. And Fred says, "Arrivederci, Roma."
Yes.
All right.
Buonanotte.
All right, Sam, you want to take last word, or you want me to go ahead and we'll call it a night?
You go right ahead. Thank you for letting me just, go off. And
I absolutely love it. Fascinating, great food, great travels, great trips. And folks, we've even just scratched the surface. So maybe we can do another one at some point, or Sam does something on her channel, because I know there's a lot more food pictures. We didn't even get into a lot of the stuff about the day-to-day stuff on the trip, but hey, we've had 2.5 hours almost of you guys hanging out with us and spending time as friends together. And everybody, have a great night. I guess the weekend's almost here. One more day, and we got the weekend. And enjoy your World Cup. The Italians are not in it. Sorry, Sam. I know. Well, everybody, have a great night. We will catch you next time. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.